Alright, fuckers, welcome back to Practicing Portraits and artwod roadmap, right? Artwod is the best platform in the world to learn how to draw from imagination, where they give you the work, not the shortcut. Work that lets you draw like this after 3 years and 7 months. If you have half a brain, you would know that the work would be, fuck, I had a better intro in mind. the work is basically understanding forms and manipulating forms. I was going to say if you have half a brain, you'd know this takes hundreds of hours to get good at. And if you have the other half, then you'd know that's the best part, right? Is the journey, oh, the journey. Anyways, get your pen, get your paper, draw along, right? I'm Viggy. This channel is a repository of my practice. It aims to prove anybody can draw alongside my own art goals, right? But, yeah, demystifying the journey to greatness is my banner, right? Watch me become great. Emphasis on the come and then the great. But none of that makes sense. Please get your pen, get your paper, draw along. I'm actually talking to nobody because nobody watches these videos, right? But hopefully everybody is going to draw along with these videos, right? What a segue. But what are we doing? We're doing the artwod portrait roadmap, right? I'm essentially like fucking deep, hundreds of hours deep into essentially only the third part of the exercise, which is look at a portrait reference, right? And encompass that portrait reference, right? Visualize, encompass, spatially reason a box accurately to that portrait reference's perspective, and then I'm going fucking 20 steps further and oh god, I got a burp. Jesus. Also, I did not want to draw today at all. Like, I literally, even now, I don't want to draw, but if I can do it, you can do it, because I'm here, and you can also be here, right? But what we're doing is we're looking at a portrait reference, we're encompassing that reference in a box, I'm putting a sphere inside that box, I'm putting center lines in. Actually, I'm doing it the other way. I'm visualizing a box, I'm envisioning the center planes, the fucking cross-axis, horizontal, cross-sections, horizontal, vertical, and diagonal, on every single visible and invisible plane. I'm attempting to see through the form in and of itself and accurately hold that. Then, I'm trying to intersect the three center planes along each X, Y, and Z axis inside the box. And then I'm putting ellipses inside those center planes, and then the cross section of those three ellipses, the edges of those creates the sphere, and that is the mental model I'm building, i.e. this, right? This is when I didn't understand it. This is when I actually do understand it, at least like more directionally correct. Like I understand what I need to move towards, right? But yeah, draw along, practice whatever the fuck you want to practice. Right, I implore you to make it a foundational practice, right? Practice where you're thinking, because drawing is thinking. And with that being said, fucking Jesus, let's go, bro. Because, like, I don't feel like drawing. I literally do not feel like drawing. Therefore, I have to will myself. I'm trying to will myself to draw and to see. And by the way, like, all these drawings underneath are going to be obstructions, right? They're going to impede on my ability to visualize and calculate. And that's why I'm going to do my absolute fucking best to visualize the box. I'm already starting to visualize the box, and I've already got it in the wrong perspective because this guy's head is slightly tilted. So, is it tilted actually? Is it tilted? No, it's not tilted. Actually, it's slightly tilted. Slightly tilted, right? Fuck, I don't know, bro. Faces are so hard because the thing is, the nuance of the face is the fact that people's faces have different angles. Some people's faces jut out like this. Some people's faces are more flat. Some people's faces are literally a bit more flat, right? Like, but like, there's like this variation, right? And it's hard to tell when somebody's looking up, but then their face is a bit more flat, then it's like, oh yeah, this is the perspective, right? But no, technically it's like this, because we have to look at where their eye is like fucking, their eyes like this, and the fucking ears like this, and you have to like calculate with the plane. It's a bunch of bullshit, bro. It's a bunch of bullshit. Bullshit we're gonna spend thousands of hours trying to get better at, because it's bullshit that matters to us, right? So, yeah, I'm just trying to figure out the box, and I'm trying to already see through the form. That's the biggest thing, is like my first goal is like the second I start thinking about the box, immediately envision it at an appropriate larger size, right? Because I want to establish a decent scale, right? I want my ability to see the box to be at least like this big, right? At a seen through form. And with the seen through form inside of it. So immediately I'm trying to establish, I don't know why I established that. What the fuck is wrong with my speech and my burping? Jesus. That was pretty good, actually. Tastes pretty nice too. But anyways, I am trying to establish, I'm trying to establish the perspective, and I'm trying to make this like a proper cube, right? Proper cube, innit? I'm trying to make it a proper box. I'm trying to see through the form. I'm really trying to see through the form, and I feel as if I got it down now, in terms of the perspective, but I'm really trying to see through the form before I commit to a mark, right? I'm really, and by see through the form, what I mean is there's a visible, invisible plane, and then on the projected opposite side, there's the invisible planes, right? And the big mental frame that I realized for myself is the fact that, like, this pen got fucked up, but it's a brush pen, what are you gonna do? But like this is basically, I think, roughly the perspective, right? It's like this, and this is like the XYZ, right? To see through the form, what I'm trying to do is see the other side, right? Like to see, and the sort of mental model that came to me, or like that I sort of realized is like, oh, it's basically just opposite. Like this Y essentially is opposite, and that on the other side, right? It's upside down. Sorry, not opposite. That makes no sense. And that could be a mental model that helps me, and obviously I have to do it on a much larger scale, like this much bigger, right? Which increases the difficulty exponentially by a fucking million%. But possibly just thinking about it like that could help me envision it better too. And again, I'm always ghosting, right? I'm always trying to figure it out. But my brain does not want to think about anything right now, but my brain must. I am forcing it. I am willing it to see, and the thing is, like, it's not just about seeing the box. It's about holding the box and then holding it accurately, proportionally, and consistently in that same location, right? Because I was first seeing the box over here, and now it's down here, and I have to bring it back up here. It's like, how the fuck did that happen? Dozens of mistakes in visualizing, calculating, and being able to maintain the visualization and calculation, right? So that is an extremely difficult skill. Notice how I said skill and not talent? Just to put it out there, right? It's not a fucking talent, you know? It's honestly a spit in the face, that word. That word is a spit in the face to all of those, every individual that's ever worked at anything, right? It's unless you're an idiot and you like jerking off to the fact that you didn't work, even though you did, right? And even if you're one of those people who are like, well, I was always good at everything, I can guarantee you're not as good as you think you are. I can guarantee there's somebody who's 1,000 times better than you, who worked 100 times harder than you, all right? So, and even if you are naturally good at everything, you have a fucking responsibility to be the best version of your good, right? Like, if things come easy to you, fucking make it so it's hard for you, right? Push the limits. Be the person that's like, oh wow, I have talent and I spent thousands of hours and now I've set a standard for this thing. The answer is you likely have it, because you likely are not as talented as you fucking think you are, because you have not worked as hard as you should have, right? It's as simple as that. So either way you should be winning, but either way, if you believe in talent, you're fucking losing, right? Because you are missing the one thing that everybody requires, which is work ethic, right? And you only get there by trying. Just consistently trying and believing that your trying means something, right? I believe my trying means something, even when I'm doing bullshit that you can't see. Again, drawing is thinking, right? So as I'm trying to expend as much energy as I can, but I'm telling you right now, I can't see anything right now, right? These drawings in the background are getting in the way, and I literally can't see anything, but this is the part where I have to lean in and be like, shut the fuck up. Yes, you can. And this is extremely uncomfortable for me. This is extremely uncomfortable for me because I'm trying to see this entirety of the box, and I'm also trying to start seeing the cross sections as well, right? It's extremely difficult. It's like I've regressed. I feel like I don't even have the skills that I used to anymore, right? Like I can't even see anything anymore. Like I literally cannot see anything. But this discomfort, this pit on my stomach, right, that tells me, hey, stop doing this thing that's extremely difficult. I simply tell it to shut the fuck up, right? Just shut the fuck up and keep trying. Shut the fuck up and keep trying, because that's all we can do. And just now for a second, I saw the cross sections on this front plane and this front plane, right? And again, I haven't drawn technically, physically, but in my mind, I'm constantly trying to calculate. So I'm gonna rest my brain, and then I'm gonna get back to it. I encourage you to do so as well. Alright, 1 second. I actually have to where's my pen cap? There it is. I have to take my goddamn hoodie off because... Oh, god damn it, I can't take my hoodie off. My microphone's attached to it. GG, I'm sweating in here, bro. It's 27 degrees outside today. It's nighttime. It's almost 1 a.m. But, oh no, it's almost... Yeah, it's 12:20, so it's not 1 a.m. It's like past 12. It's past midnight. Right? Past couple of days been recording late. But, oh yeah, so I know like a couple videos ago, I wasn't shitting on Sifit. I was, if some might think that, but I was saying Sifit basically talked about how drawing is hard, or like thinking is hard and drawing is thinking. He said that, and then he's like, oh, try to think like at least like just around 20%, and then for the rest of it, you can fuck around, right? And I heavily disagreed with that ratio, right? And then just to spite me, he doesn't watch these videos, but just to spite me, right? Not actually. Then literally the next morning, he put out an Instagram reel where he's like, yeah, guys, like you have to think while you draw. It's really fucking hard, but you gotta do it. And I'm like, this bastard. Now I look like the bad guy, you piece of shit. But anyways, I'm really, and like with that being said, I'm really trying hard to think about, and again, this guy's head has to be at an angle, at least like, oh no, it's not at an angle. Ah, yes, because I was putting this angle, this side plane to the middle of his ear, but it's the top of the ear, and that changes everything. That literally changes everything, because that means it is more straight than I initially realized, right? And you can see like this angle is incorrect. It's more subtle. It's more like this, right? This front plane. And the front plane is, of course, being determined by where his actual face is, right? That's the front plane. The front plane is subjective to the actual features that are being attached to that plane. Do you see the features? No, but that's where the features are, because that's I'm telling you that's where the fucking features are. His face is on this side. This is the side of his right side of his or left side of his face. This is the top of his goddamn head when it comes to the box, right? So and again, I'm struggling so hard to just see anything right now. Like genuinely, I'm fucking struggling, bro. I cannot see anything. And this right here, this is also output regression. This is basically, and I'm holding my pen right here to anchor the entire box in my mind, such that I can see and start calculating through the forms. I can see the opposite sides, and also, again, trying to ignore these obstructions, I can also see. Oof, that was good. That was really good. That was, again, pit of discomfort in my stomach, by the way. Absolute pit of discomfort, because I'm trying to get a good box as well. I'm really trying to get a good box. And why is it down here? Because there's a fucking line here and my hand keeps going there, right? But before I put any line down, because I will put a line down now, just to be clear, right? I need to visualize to the absolute best of my ability, right? As my best of my ability, the absolute best of my ability, the entire box, the seen through form and the cross axes, right? On every single visible and invisible plane. And that is, I'm gonna do it without holding my pen and like ghosting or using any anchor points or anything. That is a bridge between my prefrontal cortex and my motor cortex. And I'm telling you right now, I won't be able to see anything, but it's this extreme attempt I'm making right now in my mind to calculate and to rectify any mistakes that are occurring. Because my mind wants to put this box, this top plane, like going that way. It's completely wrong. It's going this way. But you see the extreme deviation my mind is creating because it's fried. It's trying to think about multiple things at once, right? But right now, I'm just and again, like my mind keeps making the top plane here because of this back line. I don't know if you can see that, but that line there. So I need to bring it up here because I want to ignore it. I want to be able to superimpose my will onto the page while ignoring anything in the background, right? Which is a skill, you know? Because these are distractions, fucking obstructions, whatever you want to call it, right? So extreme difficulty, but I'm just trying to see to the best of my ability. I'm trying to see the entire form. And then I'm trying to, bless me, and I'm looking at the portrait again, right? I'm like going back and forth with the portrait, but I'm trying to see the entire box. I'm trying to see every single plane. This is what I'm trying to see, by the way. This is the first step. Ignore all the ellipses. I'm just trying to see the entire box, every single vertical, horizontal, and diagonal cross section, right? Cross section line on all visible planes, and on the other side, the projected outward invisible planes, right? So like that is what I'm trying to see, but in the perspective of the new portrait reference, right? Which is this. Right? This is the top, this one, because I know I drew it like seen through, but it's like this. This is the roughly that. It's actually like it's a bit more. It's more inaccurate now, but actually no, that is pretty accurate. What the fuck? I ended up drawing it right. But yeah, like I am trying to see that, and my brain is fucking combusting right now because like it's squishing the top plane extremely. This is not even a perfect box or a perfect cube. The lines should be converging slightly. My god, bro, this is fucking insane. I know you can't see inside my mind, but all you need to know is my working memory is extremely taxed, and I'm in extreme output regression. But I'm pushing through. This is the moment right now where you have to push through. And I'm telling you, like, it is extremely uncomfortable. Like, I look like a dipshit. I'm just staring at my fucking page wide-eyed. But I am telling you, I'm trying to think so hard. I am trying to think so fucking hard about the box and the each visible plane and the cross sections on each visible and invisible plane and trying to see through the form. But I can't. I what the fuck? That's all, folks. But no, I can barely see it. Okay, I need to rest my brain now. Jesus. Whew. Yeah, this mental model is going to take me hundreds of hours to build. And by the way, I don't even know if this is worth it. The answer is yes, I do know it's worth it, but I'm saying like it doesn't even feel like if I know it's worth it, right? Like that is the feeling that is normal to encompass the journey of any skill acquisition if your goals are extremely high, if your standards are extremely high. So here's your reassurance that it's normal if you think for years on end, am I actually doing it? Right? But if you know you're on the right path, and if you know that you're building tangible skills, right, then you are on the right path, right? It's just the more difficult it is, the less people who will be on that path with you, right? But anyways, rest your brain. Yeah, today's just one of those days where my brain cannot see, right? And I have way more of those days than days where I can see. I mean, I want to be very clear. Kim Jong-il has interviews where he talked about like he's like, I get very frustrated. He's like, I have so many days where I just can't see anything, right? And I just have to put the pen down, I have to put it away, and I'll have to come back the next day, right? And he's like, and it's extremely frustrating because I literally cannot see, and I can't draw anything that I want, right? I also have to think how much of this guy's front plane we're seeing versus the side plane, right? But and again, my pen is being an absolute fucking cunt. Wait, is it my room? Is there something in the fucking air that's making it that this goddamn pen is just getting dry and it's just not working? I'm so confused. I'm gonna use the other one now because I have a fucking backup, right, for when shit like this happens. But I'm extremely confused. And watch, this one's gonna be nice and crisp now, you see? Fucking bullshit. But again, while I'm drawing these lines, I'm trying to think as much as I can, right? And I'm trying to think like how much of the front plane do we actually see, right? How much of the front plane do we actually see? And again, like now that I've drawn this is a huge anchor point now. This is huge. Like I can see so much more of the box now that, and like I'm constantly thinking about the cross section, diagonal, vertical, horizontal, and the same thing. You know, this entire plane, trying to see through the plane as well, right? Like now I'm trying to see the opposite Y, right? I'm making my boxes way too big. I feel as if that's also fucking me. This is even bigger than this one. My boxes just keep getting fucking larger and larger, and it's actually fucking me up because I can barely do it at that scale, and I'm just trying to make it harder for myself, clearly, right? But I think it's relatively even, and then we have this shit right here. Yeah, this box is fucking huge, bro. This is not the scale I usually this is not the scale that I can envision at. But either way, like I'm okay, again, like what am I doing? I'm thinking about this plane, thinking about this plane, thinking about the opposite plane, right? And I'm converging this. I'm gonna do more drastic convergence. That's another thing that I need to focus on, is doing more drastic convergence. And as you can see, I've gotten so fucking good, unfortunately. It's a goddamn annoyance at this point, but I'm gonna make this smaller. This plane is smaller. As you can see, I keep struggling with making both sides of the plane proper, right? But here, it should be right around here. There you go. That's a lot better. But I've gotten a little too good at making my lines parallel, right? Because now I struggle with converging. Look at that. Oh god, I struggle with converging so badly. That's a huge mistake. That's a huge mistake. But I definitely struggle with convergences a lot more. By the way, while I'm drawing this, I'm consistently trying to zoom out and see through the entire form. And of course, this is making it a lot easier, right? Like me drawing this plane is making it a lot easier, but I'm constantly trying to see through this form, see the cross section, see all of that. And this perspective technically is like the easiest perspective. I think this is the perspective vast majority of artists find to be the easiest. For some reason, I think just this top-down 3/4 view. Like, if you actually, like, for artists who obviously are practicing perspective, right? Like, for those of you who already have, like, a general baseline ability that's not completely beginner when it comes to boxes or, like, just perspective in general, like, yeah, like, simple forms like boxes, I find that this angle is what most artists tend to gravitate towards. I don't know why it's the easiest. I think it's because the X, Y, and Z axis are the most visible and clearly defined, right? That's just my presumption, right? Because, like, I'll tell you this right now that I've drawn the box, I can see through this form quite fucking easily. As opposed to this. Like, these are a lot more, and, like, this is at an angle. So even though it's that same box, it's at an angle, right? Like, these are a lot more difficult. But visualizing this today, just before I even put the fucking mark down, was extremely hard, especially because there was a fucking obstruction in the background, right? So today, I can actually really focus on, again, I'm not going to draw anything yet, but I can really focus on just sheerly visualizing and getting this connection down, because if this is the angle that's the easiest for me to see in, right, to visualize in, then the main thing to do is to fucking grind my brain in building this 3 center plane intersection, right, this 3 plane center plane intersection, right, this one, like this, okay, I don't know if you can see what I'm trying to say, but like the one that's in the center here, right, and then drawn through, the one that's in the center here, and then, you know, seen through, and the one that's in the center here, this horizontal one that's seen through, right, and they intersect, right, like they intersect, and I need to be able to see those intersections clearly. Again, this box is clearly, this is kind of like a crutch for me, or not a crutch, but like I've technically given myself an easy base to build the more difficult skill in, right? Like this schema, this angle, me interleaving a different angle, like this one actually ended up becoming a bit more, like it became a bit more of a benefit in that sense, right? But that doesn't mean that it's easy, right? It's never fucking easy. But the fact of the matter is, I can now really focus on also visualizing the correct sphere, right? Or correct ellipse, sorry, inside. One thing I realized is I've been drawing my ellipses wrong inside these planes, right? Like the circle, it should, for this plane, for example, it should be something like this, right? I've been doing something like this. So this is what I've been doing wrong. I've been really still trying to put it all along the edge, right? Now there's a very subtle difference, but this is more correct from that 3D model that I've been looking at, where it's more like this. You see the difference? Where like the edges touch, the corners touch, but it curves perfectly into an ellipse in perspective, right? The minor axis is still like this. This thing's minor axis is still like this, but this is less correct, right? Because I don't know what it is. It's like there's less room to breathe here because it's just the corners. The corners should be touching. I guess another way I can explain it is like for this top plane, right? It should be something like this, I believe. But like it's very subtle, like the corners should be touching very subtly. Subtly? Is that a word? And again, like I am gonna go back to visualizing this, but this is important because the better I understand planes and how ellipses live in planes, the better I understand literally fucking everything. So something like this, right? That's still probably wrong, to be honest. Yeah, that's wrong because like there's too much space happening there. I'll do it one more time, and then if that doesn't work, that's okay. But like I need to think about this, right? So like these 4 points are basically touched, I guess, at one point, so or something like that. So, or is it less about the 4 points and more just that it needs to fit properly, something like this? Well, again, as I've always said, I don't really understand perspective. I've gotten this far to just bullshitting my way through, right? Like this, I've just built my own mental model, but I don't really understand perspective, as you can see. Like there's no fucking scale here. This should have been a lot smaller, right? But hopefully this will build scale when this dragon holds this jet in this arm, right? And it's like this big. So then it'll be like, oh, this is extreme foreground, this is background. But even then, maybe I need to have like another jet here that's even smaller. Like I don't fucking know, bro. I don't know why I'm hypothesizing my drawing from imagination on my main practice series. But either way, what am I thinking about right now? Immediately, I'm thinking through the form. I'm seeing this opposite side, this bottom. I'm thinking about the cross axis. Right now, I'm just gonna really try my fucking best to hold all the cross axis and the seen through form at the same time. What do I mean by cross axis? I mean this, right? This diagonal, this vertical, diagonal, vertical, diagonal, vertical, and then on the opposite side as well, right? So this front plane projected backwards, this thing diagonal, vertical, right? And this is what creates this center plane. This is what creates this center plane. This is what creates this center plane. And then I have to visualize the intersection of all of those, which is the most difficult part because the second I even try to do that right now, my brain just dies, right? So the first step, right, is to build the consult, and I couldn't do this. This is the first step I was trying to visualize, and that's what I'm going to keep trying to do, is just visualize the box with all the center planes of every visible and seen through form, like the form that we don't see, right? Plane that we don't see. Again, like the more I think, the worse my speech gets, the worse my explanations get. I'm trying to be very explicit, but I also speak very fast for some reason. I'm not really sure why. But like, yeah, the more my cognitive memory, my working memory, not cognitive memory, sorry, the more cognitive effort I put in, the more my working memory is being taxed, which means the less astrocytic glycogen, i.e. the brain's, the glucose, the energy reserves, is being allocated towards whatever fucking part of the brain utilizes speech, the parietal lobe, something like that. And yeah, so I'm trying to see through this form. I'm trying to zoom out. I'm really just trying to see the entire thing all at once, right? So I'm not trying to focus on any specific thing, but I'm just trying to zoom out. And now I'm just trying to, on every single visible and invisible plane, I'm trying to see all the cross sections. And this is killing my brain because am I really seeing all of it? No, I'm constantly I am slightly darting my eyes all over the place, right? And just immediately just like constructing the diagonal, vertical, and horizontals, right? Like to the best of my ability, right? But the main thing is like, no matter where I look, the main goal is whether I can't just see that individual plane with this cross sections. I need to also immediately just be like, okay, that's center plane. I look here, right? I end up looking here. Okay, look, this center plane, right? This horizontal center plane. Okay, and then I look here. Then it's like, okay, this center plane, right? Same thing, like I just need to constantly be seeing the center planes, and that is what is going to help me really see through the form. And again, I'm really grinding my brain right now. I'm gonna rest my brain a little bit, but I'm just trying to see fucking everything, and this is beautiful. Because again, this is an easy angle for me, right? I think this is like that baseline perspective that most people just do, like this top angle. I think just this top perspective, but then rotated on a flat plane, like an axis, right? Like this thing, if it was facing, this plane was like more so this way, like anything that's like this, but like with this top angle, I feel as if in general people who practice perspective more, this is the easy one, right? Which is, bless me. I don't know if the fuck it came out like that. But that's why I'm gonna try to take advantage of that and just really fucking see through the form and build a solidified schema, right? It's only gonna be in this angle because again, the schema has to be rebuilt per angle, right? That's why we're building a mental model. We're building a stable mental representation of 3D space via a simulation that has every single geometric calculation possible without being unnecessary, right? Like these are all necessary calculations, right? Like what's unnecessary in my opinion is if I were to do this, right? If I were to calculate like this diagonal, this vertical, this diagonal, and then inside that it'd be like, oh, now we do this diagonal, this diagonal, this diagonal, this diagonal, this vertical, diagonal, diagonal, vertical, horizontal. Like this level of fucking geometric calculation is retardation, right? Like I think that's unnecessary because this already gives you everything you need to understand the individual parts of this, right? Like this already gives you everything you need. So, but that's what I find to be necessary, right? Because these all exist on just the single plane, you know, on this single plane, this all exists. But anyways, I'm gonna rest my brain and I encourage you to do the same. And then we'll get back to it and just do what I do best, which is stare at a page and talk. no drawing, right? Just fucking, oh guys, I'm really thinking, I guarantee you, right? So let's rest our brains. See, 26 minutes, almost 27 minutes, and all I've done physically is this, but mentally I've already done hundreds of repetitions of failures. And even now while I'm talking, I'm looking at this and I'm just trying to calculate the entire schema, right? That little last bit was me talking into my water bottle. Fucking zero motor skills clearly in the fucking negatives. I can hold a pen, but I can't finish my sentence and then drink my water, right? So let's see, I also say right a lot. I was looking at one of my videos to make sure the audio was good. Also, I'm a narcissist and I like hearing my own voice. And I was just about to do it, and I noticed between every like fucking 8 words, I say the word right a lot. This is like that How I Met Your Mother episode where the glass shatters. You're like, fuck, you are annoying as shit. This is my version of that for myself. I'm like, damn, dude, all I fucking say is right to reassure me, hey, you're saying a good thing, right? People will listen to you. Nobody's listening to me. But not yet, anyways. Not for another 5 years. But actually, that's one thing I can talk about, right? Because this is something I can focus on in terms of building a skill. I can focus on talking about some random bullshit while I'm literally doing intensive cognitive spatial reasoning, right? In the background. Right. Keep saying right, Vicky. Good on you. I can't stop it. This is just my speech pattern. We allow it. But one thing I wanted to say to reassure myself and anybody else who's on this path is the fact that, yes, right now, me and perhaps you feel like I'm going to be here forever. This is going to take forever. I cannot see, I cannot think, I cannot visualize. The skills I am trying to achieve every single day feel grueling. This is where we A, believe in the neuroscience because it's never failed us, and B, believe in ourselves because we've never failed ourselves as long as we've kept going, right? So what do I mean by that? I mean is as long as we keep trying to think, right, like that's what I'm doing right now. As long as I keep trying to think about the entire seen through form and the diagonals, right, the diagonal cross section, the vertical, the horizontal, I keep trying to see the center plane. And you notice that my hand went like this, but that's wrong. So that's something that I can feel good about and course correct because I do feel good, and we attach errors to dopamine, or sorry, dopamine to errors. We attach dopamine to errors. We feel good about making mistakes, and as long as we believe in the fact that this does expedite and improve our ability to learn, which it does, by the way, but as long as we continue to believe that, and as long as we continue, time and history has shown that time and history will do the rest, right? So again, like a lot of the times I just listen to my own. I don't actually listen to my own videos, but sometimes like especially my video. This is a video for beginner artists. I was on some good fucking shit that day, bro. That was some fucking crystal cocaine meth of art or some shit. I was snorting this pen before I started that video. I swear, because everything I was saying was inspiring me. I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm an inspirational guy. Oh, we'll keep going. I do believe in myself. So this is just the boxes and cylinders version of that. This intense schema I'm building is like a beginner trying to understand simple forms for the first 300 hours of their practice in any angle, right? Now what I'm doing is I'm trying to blend 5 layers of these simple forms with their own geometric calculations together in any angle. Again, this is the schema I'm building in my mind. This is what I'm trying to see in my mind, right? Not the face, but the box, every single fucking vertical, horizontal, and diagonal cross section on every single visible and invisible plane, right? The ellipses on every single visible plane, right? And invisible plane, that's part of it, but right now just the visible plane because my brain can't even fucking hold that many things right now, right? And then the center planes and the ellipses in that, right? The 3 planes intersecting as like their own fused model, and then the ellipse inside of that, and then the sphere, i.e. that connects through the corners, like the edges of those ellipses inside the center planes, right? That is, I counted. I'm pretty sure it's anywhere from 30 to 40 fucking calculations, right? But that is what I'm trying to build. And I'm trying to be able to see this at any fucking angle. That is astronomically difficult. So why should I expect anything less than hundreds of hours, like if not more, like it took me with just learning basic perspective, right? And the other thing is, what the fuck am I gonna do if I quit? What am I, like, literally, what am I gonna do if I quit? I know I said that weird. How am I gonna quit? But what am I gonna do if I quit, right? I'll just be fucking depressed. So if I'm gonna be depressed, I might as well just keep going and then just believe in the fact that I will get better, right? And which is why, now say it with me, the effort is the reward, right? And by the way, while I've been talking, I've been trying to really see through the form. My brain's just like, my fucking eyes are getting warm, bro. This is what happens when I think really hard, right? I'm not actually autistic, guys. I just think really hard. Why are you looking at the screen like that? My eyes, I'm thinking, oh my God. Right? But the biggest thing right now is like my brain's really trying to shy away from seeing every single plane, because this is still really difficult. Even if this angle for me is more familiar, more easy, and has more repetitions infused inside my mind in terms of muscle memory, right? This box angle or whatever, that does not mean that this new schema, this additional geometric calculation of this center plane, and this center plane being, my God, even just doing that, I couldn't see it. I'm just aware of it. But fusing that into one component, right? Fusing this on that scale into one component in my mind, you know, is extremely difficult. And then obviously I have to add the ellipses, right, inside of it. And then it's like, oh, okay, this is where the sphere is, right? It's connecting like so, right? So extremely difficult, man. But this, like, honestly, I have a fucking duty to do this, because once I figure this out, I'll be able to explain it to you guys so much better, right? I'll actually just be able to draw it like nothing and to be able to visualize it like nothing, and that will be able to help everybody, hopefully, right? I want to give as much free education as possible, so my goodwill allows me to charge you up the fucking ass when it comes to selling a course. You sold me so much, $800? I'll buy it 10 times over, right? I'm funny, I'm very funny, nobody laugh. That's a privilege only I can have. Shit, I fucking did mean to draw that line. That's actually anchoring the scene through form, and it might be anchoring it incorrectly too, god damn it. But either way, fuck, that is anchoring it. I can't even get rid of it. See, I don't want that cheat, bro. I don't want that cheat, but either way, I'm trying to really see the center planes. I'm really trying to see the center planes all at once. And right now, just for a second, I need to lean into this. I need to lean into just seeing them. And this is why I need to constantly see the cross-axis too. Like, I'm constantly trying to see the fucking every single cross-axis, horizontal, vertical, diagonal, on every single plane. And now I'm trying to lean into seeing the 3-plane intersection, the 3-center plane intersection. My body's tensing up just because of how intently I'm fucking trying to figure this out, right? And this is, in my opinion, where the greatness will be born. Hundreds of hours of trying to do this, all right? Hundreds of hours of trying to do this. This is my personal belief that this is where greatness will be born, because in 3 years and 7 months, I somehow managed to get to this level, right? While only practicing form fundamentals, not building a visual library, not practicing, not looking at any references, just But I mean, I have been looking at references in the sense that like I look at them, but I don't draw from reference. I try to memorize reference, right? Because of my understanding of form has gotten so much more complex over the fucking year or 2 or 3 now. 3 years and 7 months. But I just meant from last year to this year, right? So I choose to believe that I'm on a path that will pay dividends to becoming a great draftsman, right? So anyways, let me just rest my brain actually. Fuck me, this is gonna be a headache. I'm gonna rest my brain and I'm just gonna, biggest thing is just keep trying to lean into like seeing this fusion, seeing this 3-plane fusion. And then obviously we'll try to see the ellipses inside of it, right? And then obviously I will try to try to connect it into a sphere through the edges of the ellipses intersecting, right? And then I will draw the face on top of it. Very easy. Oh, fuck, I almost dropped the pen. That was very close, right? Hashtag Vicky didn't drop the pen, right? I don't know why that needed to be a hashtag, but I guess I did it. But yeah, very simple, very easy, not at all, right? Art is thinking, drawing is thinking. And yeah, just find the level that you want to think at and then understand where that gets you. It's as simple as that. That's the biggest thing I can say, right? You want to be one of the greats? Put the work in that the greats have put in, right? And I'm talking to myself as well as to you, right? We don't deserve to be anything apart from what we've put in terms of work, right? Nobody deserves anything. You only deserve the work that you've put in and what that work has gotten you, right? And also nepotism. Nepotism is very important. There you go. There's your little pat on the back for those of you who are like, I know this one guy or girl, right, who got a job through, like, good for fucking them, bro. We still gotta work hard. Right? We are normal human beings, you know, we are average to below average. We don't have opportunity. We create opportunity. But anyways, rest your brain. Goddamn. 36 minutes of absolute wonderful brain drain, as they say. I don't think brain drain is being used appropriately in that sense. But yeah, now I'm immediately, like, once I'm looking at this, I'm back to just, like, zooming out. And I'm trying to, like, I think, it's because I always end up looking at the top plane, right? What I need to do is look right in the fucking dead center of the box, zoom out, so this is my entire field of vision, and then autistically just see every single fucking plane cross-section, see through the form, see through all the vertical, horizontal, diagonal cross-sections. Wait, hold up, I gotta burp, fuck. No, that was a baby burp. There you go, that was fucking building up in my tummy, alright? Building up in my tummy, but I need to see the cross-section, right? See through the cross-section, or see the cross-section, sorry, not see through the cross-section. This one's like basically right in the center, you know, it's like a millimeter difference. And then obviously, like, think about the convergences as well. And then now I need to see all the cross-sections. I was only seeing through the form there, but I need to see all the cross-sections. You know, really calculate all of those. Really fucking calculate all of those, right? I'm seeing the bottom one now. This diagonal, this vertical, this horizontal. And then I need to see the center planes. Now that I've started to see those cross-sections. Okay, this is good. Because now just for a split second, every time I see these center planes, I'm willing my brain to, like, if I'm looking here, I'm willing my brain to be like, cross-section, right? If I'm looking here. And then while I do that, I need to immediately be like, oh no, there's also this, right? And that needs to force my brain to be like, no, look, because there's this, they're also both through the form. Right? But I've also accepted that, like, people don't really like this. These videos are not gonna get much. It's not about views for me. Like, I would love to encourage people to draw along, but I feel as if until I prove the results of what this all means, which is probably gonna take another year or two, like, none of you fuckers will really be around. And I get it, and I completely get it, right? Because who am I to provide you any merit, right? If I have not brought forth the skills that I say that this will bring forth, right? But this rep number 11, and this rep number 11 of, like, fucking chunk number 4 of 50 reps. So, and of those reps, like, there was already, like, doubles and triples inside each single rep, right? But either way, I'm like 600 reps. No, let's not go that far. Let's say probably 300, 400 reps deep into this. I think only after a couple thousand will I have the results people will want to see. But at that point, the result will be the person I'll have become, which is the ability and the skill I have built, which is the ability to create a fucking geometric mental model simulated of a box with near perfect geometry and a sphere calculated within that near perfect geometry. And then the face rests on top of that, right? But either way, I'm trying really fucking hard. Because again, every time I talk, I distract myself, right? So if I can listen to myself fucking bullshit and draw, so can you. Keep me on the background, give me retention. that's my little I guess that's my. I have nothing to say. That's just my bullshit. Whatever. Fucking. I'm really trying to think about this center plane, and I want to say like I keep losing it. I keep losing it dozens of times. And look, I just put my hand like this. That's wrong, right? It has to be accurate. It has to be accurate plane. And while I just did this, I just for a split second I saw the horizontal plane intersected with it as well. Just for a split second, right? And while I'm doing this, I can't even think about the cross section anymore. You see, I just keep losing. I just keep losing it. I can only hold a couple, like 5, 6, 7 things. Right? But I can only hold a few things in my mind at the same time, as per human biological limitations on working memory. And this is where the brain will chunk. This is where the brain is forced to consolidate. This is where the brain is forced. And again, like I keep getting the center plane angle wrong, right? So I keep having to force that as well. And this is where I feel good. I feel really fucking good. This is where you attach dopamine to errors. I'm just trying to really get this 3 plane intersection across, or not across, sorry, internalized, or at least like projected, visualized properly. And it's extremely difficult. I'm not trying to like do any ghosting right now. I'm just trying to visualize it. And oh my fucking god, is it extremely difficult. Like it is beautiful how difficult this is. This is where you want to just be. This is where you want to be like, dude, I fucking love this feeling. This is exactly where you want to be reassuring to yourself. And genuinely, this is how it works. Like the more you feel good about how fucking difficult something is, right? Especially in terms of these cognitive tasks, right? These, especially when it comes to spatial reasoning, right? This is where your brain, this discomfort right here is where your brain 100% is learning, because again, I'm trying to consolidate these center lines, and I'm also trying to see the center planes. I'm also trying to see the vertical, horizontal, and diagonal center lines on every single plane that these center planes are interacting with, right? Like this one projected outwards, this one projected outwards, right? Let me get that properly. This one projected outwards, and then this one projected outwards, right? Like this, the fact that I'm trying to like intersect them, my eyes are going fucking warm. Holy shit. Okay, let me rest my brain. But that right there, that moment, that is output regression. That is when my brain, and when I feel good about that, when I'm feeling good about just how I'm trying so hard but nothing is happening and I can't see and my brain's so confused, that moment right there is where my brain is firing off in terms of neuroplasticity. And it's like, bro, we're nutting. And I'm like, yeah, you are. Anyways, rest your brain, because resting your brain afterwards plays it at 20 times the speed. Backwards. Why backwards? We don't fucking know, but it fucking helps. So turn your brain off right now, 10, 15 seconds, don't think about anything, and rest. All right, wunderbar. I just have my fucking, oh, it's already been 42 minutes, Jesus. But I just have my I just have my own goddamn videos theme songs playing in my head. Chainsaw Man, the fucking goat. All I'll say is that there's a video out there for those of you who are manga readers. They use that theme for the snowball fight, and it's like, you know how like fans will like create essentially like slightly animated versions of the manga panels, or they'll create like the manga panels, but it's sort of it's like dynamic, right? So just type that in. Just type in Chainsaw Man manga snowball fight, and they use that theme, and bruh, oh, so sad. But yeah, I fucking love that theme. I knew it. The second I heard that theme, I'm like, this is a special theme. And then when I started my channel, I'm like, it has to be this. It has to be this. It fucking has to be this. But anyways, let's try to see this intersection again. Another thing I'd like to say is, again, as pure reassurance for those of you coming from the future, because vast majority of you, once you're at once part like, I don't know, 500, 600 of portrait, or like I think from, let's say, anywhere from like 350 to 500 of my portrait series is out. At that point, the thumbnails are just gonna start look like fucking really good portraits, right? I'm gonna presume another couple hundred hours from now, right? Yeah, they're gonna look really good. So a lot of you dickheads will come back here sporadically to these videos, and let's say like my channel really does, it most likely will fucking blow up. It's almost an inevitability inevitability, right? I'm autistic, I cannot speak. Has nothing to do with my verbal patterns, by the way, but it's always good to shit on autists, including myself, right? But I'm not actually autistic. Actually, might be. My friends think I am. But I am simply being abrasive for the sake of being abrasive. Like, subscribe, and give me money, right? But dude, I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, Jesus Christ. Yeah, for those of you coming from the future, there probably will be a couple hundred, maybe 1,000, right? To this video specifically, here is reassurance, right? You have heard me consistently be like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it out of this. Yet, without a doubt, in the future, I'm drawing something to you that looks pretty fucking good, right? And I'm even more incredibly stellar in draftsmanship, right? Therefore, what does that say? It's just a feeling. It's a fleeting feeling. What's the reality? That right now, despite feeling this way, I'm grinding the fuck out of my brain. I am grinding the absolute fuck out of my brain to see things that don't exist, i.e. spatially recent, right? And I'm just constantly leaning into that. So I can barely still see this intersection. Like, I can still barely see this intersection, but now we have to do the more difficult part, which is try to see the ellipses inside of that, right? So this one right here, I have to see it accurately. So that would be something like this, right? Yeah, so that would be something like this. And again, like, my ellipses need work. I think this one right here would be something like this, right? And then if I draw the plane, okay, well, I drew the wrong plane, therefore I drew the wrong fucking ellipse, but I'm just thinking out loud right now, right? Like, maybe it's more like that. That's not too accurate either, right? So you can see, like, I struggle quite a fucking bit, right? But that's why we ghost, you know, that's why we ghost, and that's why we consistently try to see what these forms are. And this is where I can project it outward and be like, okay, it's right around here somewhere, right? And this is slightly wider. These are all slightly wider degrees because it is, again, this box is slightly converging. I'm trying to introduce a bit more realistic convergence, right? Not something so drastic that, like, the vanishing point's like right here, and right here, right? Like right here, and right here. But to the point where it's like, okay, yeah, like, naturally things do converge slightly, right? That's something from Drawbox that I want to reinstill in my mindset, because again, sometimes you just have to relearn things, and I'm going to be relearning things for my entire life, right? I'm telling you this, like, fucking 5,000 hours in, but like, holy shit, that's actually how you draw a box? Holy fuck, I never knew. Like, trust me, okay? Like, it's just part of the course. It's par for the course, I think they say, right? But again, I think this ellipse is something like this. Maybe a bit more, definitely a bit narrower, right? But same thing, like, I need to see all of that. This is the hardest part. My brain cannot even fathom this right now, which is why I just need to keep focusing on seeing those center planes connected, because that is the first step. Because think about it, how am I supposed to fathom the ellipses inside the center plane and then connecting the edges to create that sphere, like, of the intersections of those ellipses inside the center plane, if I cannot even see the consistent center plane being, 3 center planes being intersected inside this box, right? And this is so difficult. I'm telling you, like, I feel a pit of discomfort in my stomach, right? But this is the feeling that I just have to completely lean into. I just have to, oh, it's so difficult, and it feels amazing. Again, like, I keep telling myself, this feels fucking amazing. I need to, let's switch pens again, because these pens really have to tell me to go fuck myself, don't they? What about you? You had 5 minutes to rest, you're better? No? Okay, I guess I'll go suck a dick then. All right, wonderful. But, let's see. And I can't see any of the cross axes. Like, I have to really try constantly seeing all of that, right? It's so fucking good, bro. It's so good. Like, I'm gonna be here forever, and I just need to accept that. It's as simple as that, right? I'll be here forever until I'm not, because I'm telling you, I was drawing, and I have a catalog. Go to this is a video for beginner artists in my year 1 to 2 playlist, right? That's what the video is called, and that's all the fundamentals I practice I did for the first basically year to 8 months. I don't think it was full 2 years, but I think it was definitely the first year to 8 months, year 8 months, year 10 months, something like that, right? Like, in retrospect, I realized it wasn't the actual full 2 years, because I had a couple drawings outside of that I did, but that level of skill was basically what I had by the end of the 2-year mark, right, in terms of my fundamentals. And like, even then you'll see that this guy was shit at cylinders for thousands of cylinders. So this is the same thing. It's the same fucking thing, bro. Like, that's the same pit of discomfort I felt. That's the same feeling where I was like, Dude, I literally thought for a half a year straight, I'm like, am I ever gonna understand cylinders? And then I did. Why? Compound effect, constant effort. My brain consolidated it, right? By the way, I don't really understand cylinders that well, but I understand it a fucking lot better than I did back then, to the point where at least it looks believable, right? Like I can draw a cylinder, wee, right? Wee, that's a fucking cylinder. Look at that, right? But oh my god, like my brain is dying right now. I'm trying really hard to think, to actively, like I need to lean the fuck into this feeling. But right now I'm basically in output regression where I can't really see anything, but I need to lean in to essentially merging these three center planes, right? Merging these three center planes, merging them, really fucking, right now I only see this one and this one. Oh, sorry, and this one, right? But I need to see this horizontal one as well. And this isn't even the fucking ellipses inside the center planes. This is just the center planes. But just for a split second, I saw it just for like a fraction of a second. I don't know why I keep snapping, but whatever. Just for a fraction of a second, I just saw it just for a second. And that's not even counting the fact that I've completely lost the center lines, right? So I need to like bring those back. And now I feel the pit of discomfort in my stomach again because I'm grinding the fuck out of my brain. And my brain is actually, it's spazzing, bro. It's like it can't think of anything. My working memory is absolutely taxed. I have hit the ceiling of glucose, of astrocytic glycogen. I've hit the energy ceiling that my brain has, and I'm yeah, clearly I am. I'm in output regression again. Okay, I'm gonna rest my brain, and then we're just gonna try to put the ellipses inside those center planes, and then try to make the sphere outside of those ellipses intersecting. And then try to put the face on top of that. Holy shit. Holy shit. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. See, so even if this is an easy box, right? As in like, it's easy for me to do the first step, maybe the second step of being able to see through the form and add the cross sections. The second I have to create that consolidated schema of the three center planes intersecting inside this box, it's gone, man. It's just gone. It's just dead and gone, dead and gone. Anyways, please rest your brain. Oh man, art is actually beautiful. It's hilarious too, because I'm literally just getting better and better. Okay. Hopefully I don't forget, but by the end of this like video, I want to bring out my sketchbook to show some drawings that I did. They're just for sheer accountability and transparency that hey, like I did extra drawing outside of this practice, right? Because I'm trying to like show as much of that as I can. Right, there's still like a couple sketchbook drawings here, like some shit on my Instagram that I've drawn that you haven't seen on like the videos, right? So that's why I say like I'm cataloging like 95% of my practice, because I'm not gonna take a video every time I just pull out my sketchbook and draw, which is fleeting, by the way. That's only on the weekends, maybe once, maybe twice, right? Like I don't do it often. This is all really my main practice, apart from this and the imagination drawings on streams, right? But I hope I got that Justin Timberlake. Was it Justin Timberlake song? Old Me Is Dead and Gone. I always thought it was Justin Timberlake as a kid. I still don't know if that's true or not. Probably not. Somebody correct me in the comments, right? Can somebody in the comments correct me? Right, fucking YouTube shit. But yeah, like I need to I'm leaning in again, trying to see the center planes, and it's extremely taxing because still trying to see through the forms, still trying to really see through the forms, right, and get the center plane accurate, right? Like really, really, really understand it. That's why ghosting is a beautiful thing, right? That's why ghosting is a fucking beautiful thing, because it is the bridge between your motor cortex and your and your prefrontal cortex, right? The bridge between you doing the action and visualizing the action, right? If you want some sort of reassurance that it's okay to do this, apart from the science, right? That like, oh, is it cheating? It's not fucking cheating, bro. It's literally you're building spatial reasoning. You know what's cheating? Not doing it. Giving up. You're cheating yourself. Bars. This is fucking. That was horrible. My delivery was also shit too. Bars. Oh, you're cheating yourself. Good one, Viggy. Shut up, Viggy. Thank you, Viggy. You're welcome, Viggy. But anyways, yeah, I'm really fucking trying to see this. But again, like while I'm ghosting this plane, I only really see, I see all the cross sections pretty well, right? Of the relevant planes that this center plane is touching. So this one, this back one, and this back one. But this bottom one, this top one, not really, right? So we're just gonna fucking try. We're just gonna try to put that damn ellipse in there. Is this pen's working? Is this pen not? Oh, okay, I guess I'll go suck a dick. I think I already said that before. I guess I'll suck 2 dicks then, because we have to be unique and different, right? But, gluck. Okay, this one's working again for a few seconds. Let's see. But I'm visualizing, and it's what I want to say is like it's hilarious how I spend 90% of my practice just staring at a piece of paper trying to think about something, right? And that results in this. Guys, there's a fucking cheat code. Just grind your brain, kill yourself, right? Mentally, of course, right? In terms of effort and sheer enjoyment, and then you'll be able to draw complex forms like this, right? Or more complex forms like this. There's nothing about this that's extremely complex, but again, my standards are like the fucking gods of draftsmanship, so I get it, like this may seem relatively complex, but yeah, the shapes aren't really that good designed either, but I'm getting better at that. I'm definitely getting better at designing, hopefully. Right, so anyways, let's just put the fucking ellipses in. My ellipses are also wrong in my mind too, but let's just put the damn ellipses in here. And here, like, it's actually like a lot of guesswork in the sense that like I'm guessing where the plane is because my mind is extremely focused on the ellipse now, right? It's extremely focused on the ellipse now, and I'm trying to hold this ellipse I just drew for this center plane while I fucking think about this center plane. And it's not guesswork, by the way. By guesswork I mean that like I don't have the clearest visualization, but I'm consistently trying to think about it as well as I can, right? And now that I've gotten that one, then there's this center, this horizontal one, right, which is, there you go, something like this, right? And I think it ends right here, and this one ends right here. So this is my sphere. This right here must be something like my sphere, right? Something like that. Well, I mean, like after a certain while, you can see a pattern where like how the sphere rests in the box in of itself, right? Like there's always a little bit of gap at the bottom, there's a little bit of gap at the top, right? That doesn't mean I'm trying to do guesswork, by the way, but it's just like, obviously, and it's hilarious, by the way, because I've only started calculating. Think about it, I've only put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anyways, I'm gonna stop that. But this is my 7th repetition. This is just my 7th hour of practicing the actual correct way to visualize and to calculate this entire fuckery. But to me, it feels like forever because I spend an hour every time. This is my 7th hour of just being like, oh, I need to see all the lines. For this specifically, like I've already spent like fucking hundreds of hours. I've literally spent 80 hours, 90, I think 100 hours, 105, 110 hours prior. At least 90 hours of like trying to see all these cross sections, which is I've gotten a lot better at seeing all the cross sections, but and like the ellipses in general. But I mean, there's always a million things that could be improved. But either way, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I'm just saying that it's just funny. Like it feels like forever, but bro, like you've barely been doing this. Shut the fuck up. Like shut the fuck up, right? Like I'm complaining over the fact that it's been 7 hours. What about all the kids in Africa? Do you think they complain about the 7th hour? That's right. There you go. I've learned a lesson there. There's a lesson in there somewhere that I've definitely learned, right? Will I remember it? Most likely not, because I'm too busy fucking ghosting an ellipse. In perspective. But I can try. But anyways, I can't see anything anymore. I'm in complete output. Jesus, I 100% am, bro. When I can't speak, which I can never speak, but especially when I can't speak, I'm 100% in output regression. Now on top of this, now that I've vaguely connected a sphere, right? Now that I've vaguely tried to connect a sphere, by the way, like I'm fucking dying here, but now that I've vaguely tried to connect a sphere, try to hold this center plane, right? Vaguely just try to connect a sphere, because how does this, I'm just trying to think, like how does in this plane, how does the ellipse sit, right? Is it like that it touches the both 4 points? Is it like this? That doesn't really make sense to me. I've always kind of done something like this, right? And then that's the projected cylinder outward. Technically, I guess, and then this is the minor axis. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I'm sure there's something I'm missing, but either way, let's see. So this is like where my sphere should be, something like this, right? And then this is the edge of this one. So, and then this one, top one here, it's right on there. Dude, I can't see anything. I'm like, this is not, I don't want to say it's guesswork, but I am basically kind of like in the dark right now. I can't really think too much about everything. Because again, me being able to accurately connect all the edges of the ellipses to create the sphere, right? Like basically the sphere is literally just ellipse, ellipse, like ellipse in this axis, the other axis, and this other axis, and then it's just, the sphere is just like, whoop, I'm just curving along and connecting to those edge of those ellipses. That's what the sphere is, in perspective, geometrically speaking, right? But I can't do that right now, yet, right? I can't do it right now, and I can't do it yet, right? Two separate statements. But yeah, right now it's already been an hour, fuck. Right now, like, I can't really think, so, because like my brain is just completely fried. So this is the beautiful part, because with my brain being fried, I need to think about, and again, I need to think about the Loomis proportion, so like the top of the head's here, so this is the forehead, this is where the eye line is, I believe, right? And then I need to think about like where the eyebrows are, right? Because the eyebrow is like the middle of the fucking head. And I make a lot of mistakes at this point, but this is where I need to just, especially regarding proportion, I've made a lot of mistakes. And this is the extremely difficult part, because think about it. I am literally trying to think about all the geometry and everything involved, and all the spheres and everything, and like the connections and the center planes and all that shit, while then holding all of that, and then thinking about the Loomis proportions on top of that, and then while doing that, trying to add features, three-dimensional features on top of this three-dimensional simulation I've built in my mind, right? So TLDR very difficult, TLDR very worth it. This is why when, not if, when I become a fucking god at having this mental model simulated in my mind, right? Because right now I can't really hold it consistently at all, but when I do, it's next level shit, bro. Game over, right? Game fucking over for me specifically, because I'll have given up on art. I'll have achieved all my goals. We're done, GG, right? But either way, there you go. Give him this guy's really long lashes, Jesus Christ. This is, I don't know why I don't know why I stylized them like that. And like you literally can't even see the other side of his face. It's actually really interesting. This is like the most we see. It's an interesting angle, to say the least. Yeah, his face is just very lean. That's also part of it, right? So, might even be leaner than my face. Travesty. But like, I can't really think of anything right now, I'll be completely honest. So, I'm really just trying to think about the proportion. And I am trying to be aware of the fact that this is a three-dimensional form in space, right? Like these lips and everything. Because I don't want to repeat yesterday's fucking travesty of the Michael Jackson memorabilia. This is right, so like, let's not do that, right? Anyways, this makes sense. This is like the sphere, the bottom of the sphere, and then let's see this. Okay, so I think this kind of worked out. And then this is his chin. My tiny chin and me, tiny chin. I do that for my girlfriend because she has a tiny chin. Honestly, it's pretty normal size, but I like to tease her and I find it cute, right? But anyways, and then this is my sphere, right? So this is the edge of my sphere. The ear's right around there. That seems about accurate, right? Right around here. Right around here, roughly, I think. I'm just trying to calculate in my mind, and my mind is not calculating back. It's like, fuck off, stop calculating. I'm like, no, please calculate with me. I could get the proportions completely wrong, by the way. But, and there you go. And then his neck's like here. I'm pretty sure I got it relatively wrong, but fuck, I don't know why I gave his skull such this is like a Squidward skull. This is like handsome Squidward skull. But yeah, okay, we'll leave it at that, because then I want to obviously draw the rest of the well, actually, this guy does have a buzz cut, so I guess it kind of works out, right? We'll just do something like this. Yeah. There you go. And then this is his hairline. There you go. So, you might be wondering, so why couldn't you just draw the face? Why couldn't you draw the face, Biggie? If you were just gonna draw the face at the end, why'd you spend an hour looking at a box? Well, because, again, I'm building a mental model, right? We're building a 3D simulation in our mind. We are essentially trying to create geometry. Oh, fuck, I diverged that. Trying. That's why I said trying. I diverged that. That was an accident. That's why I said trying, goddammit. This is why I have to pay attention, but my brain is so dead. So again, this is the scene through form. This is the first step. Then I'm trying to see all the cross axes, right? The cross axes of these seen through forms, like the opposite plane and the visible plane, right? I don't know, my voice is so nasally. The visible plane, we're trying to see the visible plane, right? Right, and then this one, yes, we must guess the juice. That's a line from what the fuck was it called again? Sausage Party? I thought it was hilarious. And then it cuts to like grape juice or some shit. Yeah, they're like, we must kill the juice, and then it's just fucking juice, like actual juice. I was like, you never fail to impress me, Seth Rogen. Have my children? What the fuck? Have my children? Have my kids? I was trying to make a stupid joke, you know, like, oh, have my babies. You know, people say that shit. Listen, my brain is tired. Okay. Clearly, we must guess the Viggy as well. We totally have the guess for the Viggy. See this one, trying to see this center line right yonder. See, now that's the center plane, right? This center plane first, and then we're trying to see this. Let's see this center plane, right? This one. Where the fuck is this? Okay, I didn't even draw this yet. So this front diagonal. And yes, the lines are fucking weird. I know. Okay, don't judge me. There you go, something like that. That's a bit off. And then we gotta get this center line over here, and this one in the back. And then that one connects like so, and then this one connects like so as well. So you see, like, oh, I fucked up the horizontal. I'm fucking it up, but like, the point is, this is what I'm trying to see at all times. There you go. See this center plane, and this horizontal center plane. I did fuck up this one quite badly though, the line of itself. So that's just step number 1 and 2 and 3. Step number 1, see the box. Step number 2, see through the box. Step number 3, see all the fucking that's actually all 4 steps. This is the 4 layers of perspective I'm trying to see. Step 1, see the box. Step 2, see through the box. Step 3, see all the center lines, horizontal, vertical, and diagonal inside the on each visible and invisible plane, like seen through plane in the box. Step 3, see the center planes, right, intersecting. Step 4, and then step 5. Step 5 is to see the ellipses inside the box. Like somebody once said, there's no secret. It's to simply observe. Rest in peace, Kim Jong-il. That's right, you didn't think I'd pull out an actual fucking quote, did you? Right, but you have to respect the God. You have to respect the God. See, like, I'm fucking up this ellipse so badly, bro. Oh my God. But, okay, see, like, okay, maybe I have a decent idea. There you go, that's the more correct ellipse. And then on this side, we have this ellipse. Again, like, it's so hard to fucking understand where the fuck anything is, but there you go, something like that, right? And then this horizontal one, we got something like this. There you go. Right, and I'm sure, like, for some reason, this is obviously, like, this plane, I did not draw I don't think I drew the correct ellipse inside these planes. I'm still figuring it out, right? I think it should be a lot wider. Something like that. But either way, and then in black, right? Because black is, unfortunately, no positive word rhymes with black, right? White is right, white is might, all very fun. Black is, see, black is whack. That's all I can think of. But that's not true. Black ain't whack. Black has stacks. Black has stacks on stacks. Black has a knack for excellence. Black is part of the pack of swag. I don't fucking know. Whatever. Either way, we're gonna use the black pen. And then this is how it all connects for the box, or the sphere, right? Which is just you. Oh, of course, when I want to use a fucking black pen, you decide to die on me, you piece of shit. But this is it. See, it's just, we're connecting in a perfect circle all the edges. Ta-da! And now that's basically a perfect sphere. Whee! Right? And it works out relatively. Again, like a lot of this. Oh wait, shit! I forgot to fucking completely forgot this part. I was wondering why this sphere looked a bit odd. But there you go. And that's because that ellipse is wrong too. Like this one shouldn't be that wide. But yeah, like see, it's like this. Ta-da! Right? And maybe it's a bit too wide, but the point is, this is literally what I'm trying to see. Right? That is the geometry, if you're curious, right? This isn't like pasting, because I got a comment saying like, you're just pasting symbols on a circle. But that comment just, I guess, isn't aware. Someone might say, an absolute fucking moron and a hater. Therefore, they should be banned. But I don't have the balls to ban anybody yet, because I need all the comments, right? I need all the engagement I can get. But no, this isn't pasting symbols on a circle. This is creating a mental 3D simulation in which it is extremely difficult, extremely taxing, and 99% of people won't try to do this. But I'm the 1% who is stupid enough to try, right? So, but yeah, no, this is fucking great. Like, this is literally what I'm trying to see in my mind, with extreme fidelity, by the way, right? Not vaguely, but with like hyper clarity, like the same level of clarity. I can just see a box right here and right there, and I can see a cylinder here, and I can see like a bunch of cylinders twisting around here, right? And I can see a bent box here, right? Simple forms having relatively simple manipulations. Not easy to do whatsoever. That took me hundreds of hours to get to this point. I'm like, I can see the box and cylinder, right? Like a fucking, like just in my mind, be like, oh, I see it. But that's what I'm trying to get to with here, right? That and again, and then the Loomis and the features will go on top. Right, so this is why I keep saying this will likely take me hundreds of hours, right? Because I'm crying over not crying, but I'm like, oh god, it feels like forever. But it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good job, bro. You're on the 7th rep, and you're like, this is gonna take forever. So yeah, just gotta accept it. But it's good. This was an amazing session. I really grinded my brain. Really tried to the best of my ability. And tomorrow I'm going to try to do a more difficult angle, voice crack. I'm going to try to do a more difficult angle. Again, it'll be a bottom angle, because I try to alternate between like different sides of the plane. Like, you see, like this is the left side, and it's more of a flat. This was like the horizon lines in the middle. Right? It's the left side, and then the right side. This one's like a little bit of the top, but it's very like the top is, you can barely see it, right? So it's a top-down view, and we see the right side from our perspective, and then there's a bottom view, we see the left side, and then I did like a top view, but it's the right side, right? So now tomorrow will probably be the bottom view, but it's the left side, right? Bottom view is the left side, or I might just do like a flat, like a horizon line in the middle, more flat box as well, right? Either way, fun as shit, really good session. Just constantly gonna keep working at it, right? I have nothing else to say. That was great. that was honestly very great. But you can see, I think my proportions were a bit too tiny, right? Like, yeah, my face in general was a bit too tiny, because the features need to be larger, because the Loomis jaw needs to jet out more, because this is basically the entire skull, right? This is like the back of the skull. So yeah, with that being said, as always, I hope you put a lot of effort in. My brain's dead, bro. I can't talk about anything, and yet I keep talking, right? What a fucking oxymoron. But with that being said, I hope you really tried. I genuinely hope you really tried. And now please rest your brain for at least 10 to 15 minutes. And as always, fuck you for watching. Keep drawing, and please give me money.